Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Dominions 5. This is Bob, the God of Friwald, in the early winter in the year 5 of the Ascension Wars, turn 69. And as of this turn, I am now once again caught up with the actual game. So I don't know any turns beyond this one, but this one is of course already set in. Augury, Tiamat, I cast Voice of Tiamat because someone told me about it. This is from Peter Voss. He told me about the Voice of Tiamat. I'm like, oh, I should have cast this a long time ago. So now we're casting it once at least in the water to see site search and to do more specs. No more. We aren't finding any sites anymore, which is not that weird. We have cast Akashic Record. Sport graphs and the vast have been updated, and I think that is really interesting. We have cast King of Elemental Earth, and we got Originus. And this is, we found two of them now, and the last one is the one that I really wanted, because he's a blood mage, apparently, or at least so says the description of the spell. And I hope we can still find him with that casting. So we will try to cast it one more time when I get the gems. I don't think it's this turn, but next turn I might have the gems for it again, and we will try to get the final King of Elemental Earth. And they can march together on Avas once the war starts. That will be kind of cool. There was a battle in Delka. Let me just check that I didn't miss anything up here. No, in the battle in Delka. That is us attacking in Delka. What is this? A magic-based attack? No, it's just a normal attack. Okay. This is our little raiding team. And they will kill these Amazons? Crystal Amazons? Is that what they're called? Just Amazons and Pegasus Riders. Some really cool units. We will probably not be making use of them in this game. Not really an interesting fight. We take control of the province of below, so the AI didn't actually leave any province defense, which I didn't think that the AI would ever do. Same with the Miskia. We moved in here, but they must have moved their demon knights away. So we advance without any... Oh no, right. Haha. Because the demon knights went to Capria. And we can... Maybe the demon knights didn't come. Oh, no, they are here. And so this army here of mine, and I want to stop really quickly here and say, once again, it is my army that is denied movement when two armies meet each other, and I get to stay and then they get to move. If anyone knows the algorithm behind this, or if it's just, maybe it's just random and I'm unlucky, but I believe it's been... Oh, okay, so the thing is you don't get to see it when it's the other way around. If I get my movement and they don't, I don't know that they were trying to move. So maybe I'm just not aware that I have won the role sometimes. But it does feel like that, oh my god. Limne is here summoning a bunch of water elementals, which they are not being turned into ice elementals, which I don't really understand because it's cold here, but maybe it's not cold enough. We can check the heat scale of the province once the fight is over here. We will definitely defeat them. What did we lose? One hill giant. He charged forward and died. We found an armor of knights. We killed everything. That's nice. No, it has heat cold scale 2, and for some reason it didn't turn them into frost elementals, ice elements. Oh. And I thought maybe it's only in cold 3 that happens. That might be a thing. I don't know. Anyway, in Atinium we are being the AI is sallying forth once again, now with continually smaller and smaller forces, and we have our good old force here. 2 Wraith Lords, and now 5 Angels. One of them will have the Chalice here. We have more units than we had before. One of them was scripted poorly and runs in on his own as Frodo, but he kills a mage early in the fight and I can't complain. Was that the only leader? It is unknown. Now they are running at least. And here we get to murder quite a few of them. That is nice. Making the siege a little bit easier, or sieges, because once they are dead, they were from Raymire, I think. So now at least Rimire will be easier to take. And I don't know, maybe I am moving to Rimire, but we can actually change that if I don't like it. So that's at least something. In Ministra, we are being attacked. Right, they're breaking the siege here, where he was set to retreat. In the World's Teeth Mountains. And I think this is an interesting battle. This is my third, I guess, experiment with taking out this monolith here. And this time around, there's almost no human troops left. Yeah. And then we have 4 Wraith Lords here, all of them without equipment. Just doing 3 rounds of skill spam. And then they will be moving forward themselves and mix in with the skeletons. One of them seems to be... Oh, he's got a chest wound, so he's fatigued from that. And in we go. Now, I don't understand why these guys, they don't seem to be firing right away. They never really seem to be doing that. And then at some point, they start really acting up, or... I'm confused. Oh, now they're firing. They're firing at the Wraith Lords immediately. Interesting. But he's making it through. Okay, I said that too early. Now they've made it in. 3 of them at least. And the skeletons are now surrounding the things out here. Okay, and then this guy here is casting all kinds of spells to kill the undead en masse. I'm just going to speed it up, because this is a really slog. The Wraith Lords are in here, and they are dealing damage. Even the skeletons are managing to deal damage. But these guys are being enlarged, and they have been given extra different kinds of spells. So, but look at that. The monolith hits itself with a gift from heaven and immediately decreases its health to less than half of what it was before. This happened, I've seen a lot of YouTubers being subject to this when they use the monolith. It ends up doing the gift from heaven and hitting itself. It makes me think that the monolith is really a bad chassis for pretenders, because I've seen that too many times now, that they cast the gift of heaven in close combat and then they kill themselves, which is the only way anyone can really kill them. But we are hitting some of these statues now, and if nothing else, if we can destroy one, you know, it's progress. We've killed all the humans and Ketos that were in here, so we have made progress. And they get afflictions as well, which is nice. This guy has got an affliction, so now he's mute. Oh my god, I didn't even get that before. So that's huge. We have to go back and see what he started at after the fight. Well, they killed one and they killed some over here now, so now we've really made progress. We've thinned out in these statues here. Right? Making progress. And they seem to be out of lightning, so now it's only him left to cast spells. He's getting fatigue as well. He's casting maggots that didn't really do anything. He's spending his gems. So really good progress. He's now being decayed, which is dealing damage to him every turn. And he's down to 27 hit points at this point. We once again have killed something here. But now these two Wraith Lords are only hitting the monolith. It's taking damage very, very slowly, while the other one here is thinning out. Okay, so now they are running away. And in fact, this Wraith Lord is running away as well. He's fleeing. But then something interesting happens. He's down to 9 hit points, this monolith. And our guy here may be running away, but he can't get through these watchers. So he's stuck here. And the Wraith Lord, the monolith has now it's taking about 1 hit point per turn in damage. That means at this point there's 7 rounds for the battle to go. And the monolith is trying to kill him here with different spells, but now up to 5, down to 5, down to 4 hit points here. Now they are dying because he broke, but he's down to 2 hit points, and our guy is running away. He's also mute now. No, that was them. So our guy is running away now, and if he gets away, the monolith will go back to full health. It's at 2 right now. There goes another spell. That was 1 damage. Now it's down to 1 hit point. And our Wraithlord is trying to get off the field, but the monolith dies. And so we win the fight, with Rheator remaining. I could not have predicted this outcome. We won! We only lost one Wraithlord and it's coming back. I'm gonna view the battle again real quick. Because I didn't see the mute thing first time around. Yeah, 5-5-4 and it went down to 3-3-3. So that alone may have been what made it not cast more awesome spells in the endgame, and then why it died, and then the decay ends up killing it. It's amazing. So we have the World Tea Mountain now on that throne, and this is the throne of life. The one I wanted the least. But it's fine. It'll spread my Dominion 2, which is nice. Dominion gets growth +1, which means we will go to death 1 instead of death 2, which will in fact cost me money probably in the short term. Because before the lesser growth can really end up paying for itself, we will be paying a lot more in buried consort costs. So that's why I initially took death, right? And it has ended up, I think, working for me. And we get 3 nature gems. So I will claim it, of course. I believe we are sending... yes. Come at me, bro, is coming over here. In fact, I am moving Bob up. I was initially moving Bob up alone. But then he would take 2 turns to get there. But nonetheless, I think he should go to Laria and be closer to the front line. Because he will soon be needed. It's early winter, right? So in about 5 turns, I think... I will check it so that I don't break the treaty before, and I will in fact send Avas a message in the early fall, at the turning of the year, stating how many turns that I still believe that we have left, and so that we don't end up crossing any borders until it is time. Good. Oh well, I'm getting ahead of myself. There's some more battles. In winter, we were attacked. What do we have here? Where is this? Go to province. Oh, I have army in here? Oh, this is my province defense. I just bought up the province defense because, like, why not? Do we even kill anything? Oh, we killed 10 wolves. Okay, that's not really worth it. Whatever. Ministra, Bosty Mountain, Winner, High Mill. Wait, what? They are attacking into High Mill here. Silly AI. And that's where I moved my army last turn, so they do have some good units, and they will probably get some kills here. Not a lot. I didn't have my mages at the back. Oh, we have one here. Maybe I lost a mage. Or we kill them and everything was set to attack rear, and then more comes in and attack rear, but our mages are over here for the most part. We lose some mages in here, at least one. But then in the end we end up killing a lot of stuff, and that's good. I would rather trade here than having to siege them down. High Mill, we lose 1 bird consort and 1 deer tribe shaman. Not really anything. 17 units total, 1 hill giant, and they lose this really an A mage, 4 demon knights, and 5 devils. So not nothing. And there was a battle in Spring Spires, and this transpires, as some of you may have predicted. This is the army that we're up against. There is a Pretender chassis here, which is the Ishtar, the Anunnaki of the Morning Star, also a lightning thingy. And it's going to be equally hard to deal with, probably harder than the Monolith, given how that went. And then just as well, we have this Ulmu Apkalu, which is also really awesome. And it has disease healers, so we can't even disease them and kill them that way. And a large amount of troops. And then these Springhawks here. Now, the troops we could kill with Wraithlords, but not without some lightning protection to protect against this. So they only do like 6 damage per, and if we get up the combat log, they all do less than 20 damage with this. So 1 copper plate will protect the Wraithlord from this initial attack, and then we can kill the Springhawks. So we just need to do 1 attack where we have 1 Wraithlord with a copper plate. That would kill these guys. And then we have a Wraithlord casting invulnerability. And then I think that can in fact clear the rest of the army. So it's all up to whether or not the Pretender Chassis and the other powerful mage there will then cast some spells that might kill my Wraith Lords in that fight. But otherwise, I think we can clear it with one or two Wraith Lords, one of which will have to have the copper plate. And in the first attack coming in next time, we will need copper plates on every Wraith Lord, otherwise we might as well not send them, because the Springhawks would kill any Wraith Lord that doesn't have a copper plate coming in. So just worth thinking about. That's all the battles. In the events, we get some fire gems, we get 3 bot slaves, and we lose some population and get unrest. Whatever, against only 3, despite me having more than half the map, we only get 3 events, and I just can't believe that is a coincidence and not because we are limited to a certain amount of events, which is really weird, I think. But whatever. We found a scout. We complete some fortresses. We have started to destroy the fort in it. It's now moderately damaged, but we are moving in a lot more troops. They are coming. The dragons are coming. They're so close. Ferris the Iron Wizard has been bought. Okay, so I didn't notice that last turn, but I hired a bunch of mercenaries. There was 3 mercenaries available, and I hired all of them. So we get Ferris the Iron Wizard, and I brought them on top of Atinium here. We have Seleucus here, with a bunch of units that is applying some siege bonus as well. Really interesting that in here he's called Aguraspides, but when you look at him here, he's called Seleucus. So I don't know what. I've never seen that sort of inconsistency before. Ferris the Iron Wizard is this guy here, and he is commanding a few of these mechanical men, and then he's a mage with some stuff. Set to cast spells, whatever. Like I said, against the AI, I don't even bother scripting these armies, and it's a little bit annoying that we have to fight AI. But whatever, I'm still looking forward to the fight with Avas. Right, that's what we're going for here, and I will return to the outplaying my enemy thinking when we are fighting a player. This is the army moving into Atinium this turn with those that are already here, and I think it's way more important taking Atinium, killing the guard, getting the globals out of the way, more so than just taking Rimire and then having to move back into Atinium and then siege it down. So we will be staying here, and it has like enough supplies for me to just keep pouring units in until we break the gates. Research wise, we are going to be finishing up Blood Magic 7 next turn, and then we get to Alteration 6, and then I've queued up Evocation 6. But let me check Alteration again. I might want to, so Crumble is here, and that's really the one I want. And then we can cast Crumble on Atinium as well. Will we get it next turn? That will be a no, I believe. Alteration, that is a no. It's close though. So next turn I will move one of my Earth 5 in range of crumbling on Atinium, so that we make sure that we break it within 2 turns, and then we can storm the castle. And when I have Atinium down, we might not get all of Raspa before the war with Avas starts, but at least we free up the army from Atinium here. Rimire will be very short. I won't actually end up being done with it before the end of the treaty. That's, yeah. But I am making some preparations along the borders. Maybe not as much as I'd like. I'm worried about him moving up this way, and I thought the army here, well, we need to clear up this quickly so that the army here can respond to whatever might come from Avas. Like, I think the one major thing that he could do is some sort of trickery where he takes Friwald from me. That would hurt. We have a lot of Wraith Lords based here, and we have a lot of, all of our what are they called? Fellows of the Penultimative Secrets are here. Some of our best mages. We have the lady with the Well of Misery, right? And just way too many good things in Friwald. If you, like, the major play for him would be to somehow break Friwald down quickly and storm it with an army that I cannot stop. And I think if he starts moving this army up now, and then combines with whatever he has here. He can do 1, 2, 3, 4, right? And then siege it down maybe with crumble as well. That would be concerning. So we need this army. They are here and can respond to that. So I'm not that worried. But if I have to leave Atinium behind untaken for that, then that would not be good. So we need to finish this up quickly. Can't keep doing this. We have to end it. But more stuff will come in. Everything nearby is moving this way. We are moving in Vitrich here to pick up these Fireborn, which will also be nice against the Lass. And I'm actually moving, I moved these guys out before, but I'm moving them back up here to Dunster, which is a little bit of a tricky play, just moving them out of sight of Havas. But I want some more units on this border here to move into the woodlands. So once the treaty is about to break, we will move everything down to Land's End and then storm the woodlands. He doesn't have a lot of troops in this area. So anything we have here can move that way down. What we have here in Olifa is probably going to help in Rimai though. And let's see, up here we are moving in this way through the Guard Coast still from High Mill, and more units will be joining us. Everything is just pushing up through here. From here, alright, the guys from Kepria didn't get to move, so they will move next turn. And look at this over here. Oh man, yeah. The AI is just so silly. I mean, how can they know that this is not a good move for them? They should ally with Avas against me, whatever they are now attacking Avas. It's perfect. But they are finally taking the Silver Swarms from Portis, and they do have this nice big army here, which is really annoying. We should move in. Oh, we are moving in a scout already, so never mind. To see that fight, whether they lose anything. We need this throne. We need this throne. This one I think I can take rather quickly. We will get this one over here. I think we are moving. I'm the good guy out with a copper plate, and he's just gonna be. It's gonna be 2 turns for him to get in here. If I gave him the boots, would he get there faster? He wouldn't be able to get in this turn. I'm just gonna make sure that he can't do it with the boots of flight either. And he can't, so no reason to throw away the boots on him dying in there. But he's going to go in and clear the Springhawks, and then the next team to move in will be with what we have from Atinium as well, and they should be able to clear it. Huh. Why? I thought I moved... Oh, so the Wraith Lord that I moved to Rimai got stopped in Atinium as usual. Huh. Like up here. So we didn't move anything onto Rimai. I should do that though. Let's do Anupai over there. We can in fact change it. Anupai isn't doing much for the siege anyway, right? Okay, they actually supply quite a bit of siege strength. And now that I remember it, I think I did mention this last episode, so I will follow up on it now. We will take every available buried initiate from here. And move them into help. Yeah, just do all of them. We have other places where we can assign these research items, and this will supply a good amount of extra siege strength. All of these guys here, and you. Yeah, just do it. So let's apply those research items. Gillimer, not Gillimer, he's too important to get Horror marked. Angel Whisperer, also an important character. Here, here. In terms of the skulls, oh, we could give them to you. No, not that one. Damn it. You get one of these, and you get one of those. So they get a little bit of experience. I think that could be nice. And then I ordered this guy here, the Dragon Tamer, Beast Trainer, up here. And don't know what. Oh, I was gonna use him against the monolith. I didn't know what he would come in with. He came in with these dragons, and he's slow moving, so he's not gonna be able to get anywhere within the time I hired him. So I'm just moving him into World's Teeth Mountain. He can help control down this unrest that is in there. We're building a palisades in here, and we're moving more stuff in. I don't think I mentioned it, but I moved these 5 buried consorts out from Oxenshire last turn to move into World's Teeth Mountains. We could have made a huge skill spam screen for the next attack on the World's Teeth Mountains, but as you can imagine now that won't really be necessary anymore. Rock is moving over here. We're still moving an army this way up to help with sieging up here. We need to take the Great Woods, and we need to take Aole, but really we need all of these forts along the coast, and we just need to remove Rosbard as fast as possible, but we cannot do that within 4 turns, or 5 turns, or how many we have. So that is a little bit of a predicament. Maybe we would leave Aiole and then go for Woodlands, Great Woods, Tabahede, and then of course Spring Spires. That might be better, because I think this one will be hard to grab. We will have to move through here, and this one will be protected by Rosbard. This one is harder for Rosbard to protect. Yeah. Civigal is also an interesting province. The largest city on the map, the only one being a citadel, which is interesting. Anything else to mention throughout this turn? We will of course be going through all the crafting as usual, and I'm sure we have some interesting things going on. I'm trying to spend all my gems every turn. Castle being built in here because I think this is an important province, and again, if they come in and go through this stretch, we want the best forts along that path, make it harder for them to achieve anything. Elixir of Life, 3 Frogherds summoning allies. I guess they will also help with keeping the enemy from sieging us in here. We have 24 siege events. Never mind. In here, Infernal Disease at Spring Spires. So that is a assassination spell with a disease demon on this province here. It might kill an important character, and that's why I mentioned the disease healer trait from this guy here, because I thought diseasing it would be kind of cool, but unless you get killed, and then you won't get diseased either. But if you end up just diseasing someone, it won't matter because it will be healed instantly. So we will hope that it kills one of the commanders, and really killing anyone here will be fine. The barbarian chiefs, of course, don't really matter, but a wolf tri shaman is helpful, and if we kill either you or you with the disease demon, that would be absolutely amazing. Probably not you, but you, I think, could be sniped with a bit of luck. So we'll try it. More forging. Nothing here. Axe of Sharpness. There's more weapons. Forge Monolith Armor. So this is the legendary item for the turn. This thing here, I think, is super awesome. It's basically a power armor. It is the toughest armor, I believe, in the game. Like we have this one over here. It's only 28, yeah. So 30 protection, but it lowers your defense by 8, so you don't defend anymore. And it has high encumbrance and map movement penalty, and it's magic, and it gives you regeneration and extra morale. It's just, yeah, it's pretty awesome. I want it. And I've never really, I've had unique magic item researched before, and you can do all kinds of different things. If you guys have any opinion on what kind of unique magic items are the best ones to prioritize in a multiplayer game, because we can only do one per turn, and surely some of them will be better than others, right? There are many really good ones that, like, I can show some of them here. I think this one here, start of battle spell will cause blindness, disease, and death to fall upon all that are not sacred in the eyes of the coming god. So everything that isn't sacred at the start of battle will be blinded, diseased, or die, just like at the start of battle, if you carry this item into battle. And then there's stuff like start of battle spell call is a horror, and spell send less a horror, and all kinds of crazy shit here. And this, not sure what this one is. You have to read the descriptions of these. But there's so many. There's so many of them. And like this one, Solar Brilliance. This one just blinds everyone and burns undead and demonic units to cinders. Spell Astral Harpoon. So I'm just picking some that I think is awesome, basically. And then Ring of Regeneration, Boots of Stone here, Horror Specs. Did we do anything in Iona? Wild Water, twice born, nothing special. In Laria, we are doing a Wraith Lord. We are doing Horror Specs, Summon Shade Beasts, and Akashic Knowledge at World's Teeth Mountains. That's a conjuration spell again, and it must be worth it when we cast it from a conjuration bonus side, surely. I've just made the post about the Akashic Knowledge here yesterday in a response to Piravas. So if you, Piravas, if you're listening, now is the time that I read about your message, and I hope you liked my post. I hope you guys will at least, if you don't agree with me, I would like to know why, because I think I really like Akashic Knowledge in principle. It's a very expensive spell. Yeah, you shouldn't cast it unless you have a good astral income already. But it is a really, really good spell and will often pay for itself. And I believe the ones that I've cast earlier have paid for themselves in the most, in a large manner. And here it will just make it like on a throne province in a. Oh, it's not a mountain province. Never mind. This is clearly a mountain province. It's World's Teeth Mountains, and then it's a Highlands province. Whatever. It's a throne province, and it's not been searched for the entire game, so surely we will find a magic site with it in this case, and it might be something cool. So we're gonna do it. And we get a discount. Anything else? Anything else? I think I've covered most of the things now. We're also moving out with a small group here. No, this right. I'm moving out a priest here to build a temple in here so that we can recruit these Dione and we need more temples to spread the dominion, as I've talked about. And then I thought, why not just do it in Numicria, and we can also maybe build a fort in there, and it'll be cool. Oh, and did I show the score graphs? I don't think I did. So these are the score graphs for me and Avas. Now we can see his for the entire game as well, by the way. And we can see that in the beginning he was in fact leading, but a long time ago I broke above him. And I don't see, the thing is I don't know, we'll see that at the end of the game, where I encounter, I think this must be where I start fighting Shenton-ish. So already then I was pretty damn big. And I've been bigger than him for a long time. This is probably where he starts fighting Frostbard, because he falls a little bit, then he rises, then Frostbard attacks him back, and they have this back and forth where he does come out on top, but then bad stuff happens to him, and I think this is where this must be where they are about here. It's where they make peace, which is way too late, but whatever. And forts, sort of the same story, right? He's doing really well, but then he starts to lose ground, and then they make peace, and now he's fighting Portis and gets some forts again. And income, this one is a little bit more interesting, but not that surprising. He has growth scales, but I think it's really interesting that despite the growth scales, of course it's because of the amount of provinces we have, but I managed to keep up with him. And we have a difference of let's see. I have Death 2 and he has Growth 3, so is it Growth 3? Maybe I'm speaking too soon here. He has Growth 1 only. Okay. So this speaks to a difference in 3 scales, which is 60 design points, right? And I'm keeping up with him for a long time, and then when he starts losing to Rosbart and I start winning over Shanton, it breaks off. And then I'm trying to see where I get the Will of Misery, because that would increase his income as well, but I don't really see it here. And then in the later turns, in the recent turns, I really take off. But he is increasing his own as well. And gem income, this one is a little bit disappointing, and this has to do with me using stuff like Akashic Record for sure, and doing more site searching in general. And think a lot of my success has to do with this line here. Like, this amount of gem income difference is huge. I can't even, like, this is why we don't see Kings of Elemental Fire and stuff from Avas. He must have not site searched like at all. And in research you would then think that he's higher, but no. Right? He has a nice curve, but I'm still above it like all the way. So, but he's definitely not behind in research, like a little bit, but this is really good considering if you look at the other scales, the other score graphs, then this is the one where he's closest to me, and this tells me that he must have some tricks. But the problem is with the gem income, unless he's saved all of it, like he won't have many gems. Like this is massive. Like 1, like 2. I have more than 4 times the gem income, which means I will have a lot more gems than him, basically. Now Dominion, he's keeping up with me for the most part, and he has built a lot of temples, so that's why. And in army size, this one I think is really interesting because I don't army size and not army strength. So if this is counting one hobbit as one Avasian trooper, then of course this is why mine is higher. And I'm not sure exactly how that is calculated. But mine is higher. But if one of his fire guard sacred dudes is the equivalent to one Friwald's hammer on this scale, then it's not representative of anything. And ascension points was of course always visible. You know what? I should cast. I could cast Akashic Record right now on the other capitals just to show you guys and learn something, but we will see those at the end of the game, and I don't see why I would spend mage turns and gems on doing it now, since it's not of any significance, but I'm just super curious. Shanton did this sort of in the mid game, like 30 turns ago. He posted while he was still doing really well. He did it, and he posted it in the game chat, which is really cool for him to do. But he did it, of course, because I was leading in many things back then, and he wanted people to attack me. So he was presenting it as sort of evidence for people, like argumentation for attacking me. But nonetheless, he shared it, and I thought it was really cool. And I think it is actually a really good thing to do in games, like where you are up against an enemy that you don't know, you don't feel you know them that well. But I used a lot of scouts in this game, and I feel like I have really good intel for the most part, knowing where my enemies were. And so I'm just rambling on now, and this is taking forever. I think I have talked about the things that I want to talk about. Yeah. I think I will probably be able to get a King of Elemental Fire. And I can't do fire spells against him, but you know, when you have fire magic, you can get fire resistances, which is what I want. So we will be doing a King of Elemental Fire if I can get away with it. I doubt that with his gem income he will have all 3 of them. I think there might only be 2. And we are using all of our gems this turn on forging this monolith armor. Let me just see it again. I suppose that's what I'm spending my gems on, right? It costs 25, so not that many. And he doesn't have a hammer. Well, like it's 2 gems I think I save, but still I would rather have that than 2 water gems. So let me think about that. We go from 3 to... Oh, we have one here. No. Smasher, okay. Oh, and I haven't given Hulk of the Head to anyone. Oh, no. Yeah, I gained us 2 gems, whatever. Okay, let's find someone to assign Hulk of the Head to. That might be here. I think that's the only real thing where we are fighting something right now. We are coming in from over here, so you don't want to do it on someone that has a chance of dying outright. You know, we could kit out a buried initiate and then give the head to him. I think I will do that probably. Where else will I do it? We could give it to Tappers. I gave Tappers the lifelong protection here. And he needs a shield. Well, we don't have one. We can give him a 2-handed weapon then. Bane Blade. Is that better than Holy Scourge? Probably not. I shouldn't give him a lightning spear without giving him something else then. So let me think for a second. Bane Blade giving decay. But the Holy Scourge is certainly better. This one is only length 1. We could do Star of Thraldom and then a main Gosh. I think I like that better. But we want the head of Holger on someone. And I don't think we have other angels on labs. We could do someone here. You will do it. Just get rid of this one. You always have gems anyway. Holger the head here. And just for the record, 2nd Gem Brigade. Give them to Cardan. 10. Oh, and I gave him a blood slave. Whoops. Yeah, and they're moving into the Guard Coast, so we'll be using Hulk of the Head for something. The Headless. We should maybe wait for this group here, but we're sending in some angels as well to help. Yeah, so it'll be fine. We can definitely sit on top of Guard Coast, and then next turn we'll get more units in here that will help with the siege, and then the angels will bounce over to Great Woods and help this army from Kebria, and the guys from Repeater will be getting up there on the Great Woods as well. So we'll sit on that one and focus that, and then we'll take Guard Coast and Arkajab, I think, and then we'll see what we do with that. But then we at least have a nice force here. And we have scouts running around inside of us just to check whether he's doing anything tricksy. He has some armies, and I think I'm a little bit worried. And I guess I can say this here now. And if he sees this video later and is, I hope you don't take any offense to this, but he's like I said, we have the key password for this game now. The host gave us the password, so now it's only me and Avas, and there's really no point in keeping on playing if he's staling. And he has been an hour away from staling 2 times now, and I've extended for him. He doesn't say anything, and he hasn't put in his turn, and it's now more than 48 hours after the turn should have rolled over for the first time. So I'm a little bit worried that he might have lost interest in the game, and I will keep extending for him. I will not let the turn roll over. There's no point in playing if he doesn't play anymore. Then I will try to find a substitute for him, surely. There must be a masochist out there somewhere that is interested in seeing the hobbits do something interesting, I hope. And I want closure for this campaign. So if he doesn't want to play anymore, I'll try to do that or find another solution, something. But yeah. Right now it could be anything. So I'm just gonna not do anything for a minute, for now. And if a week goes by without him saying anything, I will poke him and say what's up. But I have faith. I still think he likes the game and has fun. I hope he moved into the Silver Swamps here recently, and he has been doing his turns. He hasn't staled once in this game, and we are the only 2 players that haven't staled once. And if I was thinking about this earlier, if there's one tip that I want to give to other players to be good at Dominions 5, if you want to win games, don't stale. That's the best strategy. I mean, the other game, the large one, EAD on the lattice map, and the players who are doing the best are the ones that don't stale. Surprise. I haven't staled once, and I'm doing pretty well. Like, it's the same. So, if you want to be good at Dominions 5, my advice to you is start by not staling in games. That's that. It should be self-explanatory, and I don't think the players who are staling don't. It's not that I don't think they don't know this, but I don't understand the thinking behind it, really, how they can allow it to happen. I can understand that mistakes happen, but I don't know. This is the end of the episode. I won't keep on going here. Thank you guys for watching and listening to my ramblings, and stay tuned for the coming war against Avas. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.